Victimhood. This is February 26th. It's a Monday, beginning of the week. It's almost 50 or so. Very warm weather for February, but the news is hot, and it's amazing that almost 5 months and still starving of millions of the Palestinian do not move anybody. It's like fiction, or people look at it with just number. The Israeli did this, and Netanyahu's intention of starving the millions of Palestinians until they achieve his goal, and I don't think he knows what his goals are. And talking about conflict, the split in Israel's army or Israel's political establishment, it's all bullshit. It is all just justification that somehow this racist Zionist state, genocidal ideology are going through the democratic process. Everybody's talking about the opposition, the elections, and Netanyahu is a crook. He is not a crook. He is a criminal, world criminals, a product of Western genocidal ideology from Nazism or before that. And no matter how many people are killed in Gaza, children and mothers and fathers, we're only focusing on the victims in Israel. And usually the victims in Israel are presented as human and their family, the impact on their family, husbands, girlfriend, boyfriend, and the Palestinians just die. They just die. We don't know how. They just die. It destroyed the whole city. 90% of the livelihood, building, hospitals, schools, culture centers, mosques, churches, and 30,000 Palestinians just died. New York Times in a piece today or yesterday was talking about this Air Force man who set himself on fire in the front of the Israel's embassy protesting. I cannot be in that genocide and big lie. He's an active Air Force. And he decided enough is enough. He did that yesterday, but he went to the hospital and he died today. It's just really throughout history, all we hear about is Jewish victims, and as if they are the only victim in the world. When you look at what happened before the Holocaust, there are so many Holocausts that happened in Africa. Millions of people vanished, killed by the Dutch, by the Belgian, by the British, by the French. And in India, millions of people were starved to death by Churchill, by the British. And the slavery, millions of people died and transferred or killed. And all we hear about is the Holocaust, which is really was not about the Jews. It's the same Western ideology of the Aryan race. We are different, we're superior. That's how the British went to Africa, slaughtering and extreme millions of Africans. Dutch, the Belgium, same ideology that produced Nazism later on, and Zionism wasn't really the reaction of Zionism of Nazism. It is born from it. It's coming from the same ideology. Herzl wasn't. Herzl wasn't a religious person. He was an atheist. He was a banker, and he decided that the Jew is a race. That was the biggest problem, and the Jewish people need to have a state, need to have a homeland. It's the only religion that has to have a homeland. And that's behind all the problem we have and how Hitler looked at him as a race too. And they are the chosen people. He is the chosen people, the Aryan German race. So Hitler killed other millions, non-Jews, Gypsy, communists, Catholics. So the idea that there are only recognize the Jewish victims, this is a complex in the Jewish mentality. And established it now. Zionism adapted that. They are the only victims. And if they realize where other victims are before the Holocaust in Africa and India and Algeria, and I mean the Holocaust would not have happened in the same scale. They would have recognized early it could happen again. And the Western adapting the same Zionist narrative. Only victims they recognize are the Jewish victims, not the Palestinian victims, and not the Indian victims, not the black victims. There are Holocaust everywhere, before, during, and after. And all we talk about is the Jewish victims. 3,000 Palestinian, mostly children, women, and we all will talk about the Israelis' victims. Israelis get killed, and the Palestinians just die. So this the Jewish victimhood complex, it really is like an industry that dominate our narrative, our literature, our political landscape, school, and where are all the liberal? Where are all the feminist leader, feminism movement that were after? Where Me Too? Where are those people talking about the victims, women victims in Palestine? What is Malala Foundation doing after destroying schools and children in Gaza? What is the Malala Foundation that's talking about the Taliban and how the Taliban denying education to young women? Zionism is not just denying education to young women in Gaza and Palestine. They just killed them. They destroyed their homes, schools. And we don't hear anything about Me Too movement, feminism movement. And the media adapted that. The only victims are the Jewish victims, Israelis victims. Palestinian victims are just numbers, just collateral damage, just inconvenience, inconvenience of how you mention them. And anybody now talks about ceasefire or peace or whatever, it's accused of being a terrorist or supporting Hamas or supporting terrorists. In the liberal democratic countries, calling for peace and ceasefire is considered threat, dangerous. Really, an incident that really pyramid all of this and galvanize, and I know this probably it's all over the social media about this idiot. She's a British journalist. Her name is Julia Brower or something. I was interviewing the Palestinian council member Mustafa Barghouti. After the Israelis' assassination of Palestinian leader and storming hospitals and killing people, patients, and she kept interrupting him and not giving him any chance, and he tried to answer as a lawmaker. He is a lawmaker in a country that has been destroyed, attacked for over 70 years, and she's acting like a little doll. I don't know who put her up there to meet that uh, figure that he met hundreds of people, participate in serious negotiation, and she kept telling him, you just give me a chance. You're not used to talking to a woman. That kind of bullshit. He talking, bringing this Orientalist idea that Arab cannot talk to women. This man's, all the women he dealt with are people that they raised their family under bombing and occupation and killing babies in hospitals and having their children in hospital know they're gonna get him back, or leaving them an incubator there, to die. Mr. Barouti is talking to a Syrian woman, a very strong woman. He's not used to this snowflakes, uh, image, figure, copy that is going to repeat some question that has been put before her by her producer or whoever it is. Light knowledge, has no idea about the history of the area, all about this keywords, and you're not used to talking to women. Sorry to have been a woman speaking to you. This is fucking bullshit. No, he is used to talk to educated, knowledgeable fighters, strong women. Not used to this flakes women that they are there for the rating, political prostitution, plain political journalism, and not used to talk to that. He's talking to very strong women that keeping the Palestinian story alive under all these circumstances. Palestinian women keep raising their children, telling their story. What are you telling, uh, Miss Brower, whatever her name is? Talking. You're not used to talking to a woman. Which woman are you talking about? Are you coming to the media as a woman or a journalist that knowledgeable and ask intelligent questions? Are you coming to show us that women can be on televisions? To do what? To be a woman, or to be intelligent, or to be a journalist? And that's the problem with media, liberal democracy, in this whole drama of pretend and fake uh, liberal attitude. And this is really exposing the whole uh, lies about the freedom of express and and the civilized West and the free world and all that crap. People fed up with all of this. There is demonstration and protest everywhere, and the fighters and Palestinian resistance in Gaza exposed everybody. They just don't know what to do with all this weapon, tons of weapon, thousands of bombs dropped, more than what the Americans dropped in 7 years in Afghanistan. The Israelis did it in a few months. They run out of ammunition. They ran out of places to destroy. Now they're stuck. Or Palestinians fighters are not the one who's stuck in tunnels. I think the Israelis are stuck in this racist ideology tunnel, monobic, looking at the world. We are civilized, we are advanced, we have all this weapon and knowledge and technology, and we should be the winner and defeating everybody, and they just don't know what to do. Idea of building a democratic Jewish state, it's a joke. Democratic for the Jew and Jewish for the Palestinian. And we accepted that. The West accepted that narrative, and the media accepted that narrative. So time to change that. Time to talk about other victims. And once we share that, we share this humanity together, we can fight this ideology of Nazism and Zionism and racism and all of this anti-posthumanism ideology that divide people and cause all this kind of problem. Well, that's the end of my ranting here. So please subscribe to the channel and feedback and share. And if you like to help us, that would be great. Log on to our website and donate. That would be anything would help. Thank you. We'll see you next week.